Before all this Victor Wembanyama hype, and before he played his 3 preseason games for the Spurs, Wembanyama played in Europe, and many believed that he wasn't efficient and was looked at as frail and too weak for the league. But fast forward to current day, Victor Wembanyama has been averaging 19 points per game, 5 rebounds, and 2 blocks per game, putting the notion that he's too frail for the NBA to rest. Instead, he works around his yet to become full frame for now by using his high NBA IQ that most rookies don't have. First, it begins with his ability to fool defenders by making them think he's gonna set a screen, when in reality he cuts right at the basket for an uncontested shot. Wemby being 7 foot alone on offense makes defenders so helpless because usually a point guard gets many pick and roll actions, but here Wemby gets an off-ball screen by Sohan, and if that wasn't enough, he gets another screen which caused the defense to guard the cutter, giving Wemby the easiest bucket of his life. Are you kidding me? A 7-footer that gets 2 screens is just impossible to guard. Then on the defensive end is where things get a bit out of control, you could say. When you're playing transition defense with Wemby, expect the unexpected. He can cover 2 guys in one play and make them have to second guess decisions that they make. This transition defense with Wemby will allow the Spurs to slow down young fast-paced teams that feed off transition buckets. And going back to the first criticism of Wemby being too frail, well, his ability to recover is insane, and when he gets drop stepped by Sengun, he takes the hit, then easily recovers for a block. Another YouTuber in the basketball scene, which is probably one of my favorites, who Venue, pointed out a very good observation about being the chaser on defense. If you don't know what a chaser is on defense, well, that is players like Matisse Thybulle, and he's a very good example. They allow you to go in front of them on offense just to purposely chase you and block you from the behind. And surprisingly enough, Wembanyama plays this role of being a chaser here, as he's stalking his defender, making him think that he has a wide open lane and just shadows him to get an easy block. Even when he isn't playing the role of the chaser, he's able to recover when being beat and recovers to get a crazy block on Jalen Williams. And going back on the offensive side, picture Wembanyama as a Rudy Gobert that can pop out for a 3. Here Wemby sets a screen, and when he's coming off the screen, his defender switches on Vassell, thinking that Wemby will roll to get met by Thomas Bryant, but instead he just says screw it and pops out for a 3-pointer. The amount of times I have been annoyed at people thinking that Wembanyama is a bust is wild. Worst case scenario, this dude is gonna become a lethal pick and roll player and one of the most talented rim protectors in the league. There's always longevity when it comes to those type of players. Look at Rudy Gobert, for example. He plays the game very simple and he feeds off defending, blocks, and getting transition buckets for his team. I don't want to overreact because it's preseason and all that, but I want to say I've never seen a 7-footer handle the ball like Wemby has. They're players like Kristaps Porzingis, and when I compare their isolation game, they don't even stand a chance. And this is because Wembanyama has so much gravity on the floor. On this play, he hits his defender with a crossover, goes into the paint, and he attracts the second defender, and once this happens, he easily kicks it out for Vassell, a wide open 3-pointer. And don't get me wrong, he can also create for himself on the isolation. Over here, he's coming off a handoff, gets the ball at the top of the key, hits his defender with a jab step, then runs right to the left side and plants his left pivot foot to hit the defender with a shimmy fade. It's kind of like KD Kobe-esque. I'm never gonna overhype anyone in my life, but when I look at what's happening right now, I've never seen a player like this. If you enjoyed today's video, make sure you hit that like button and subscribe. Just helps the channel get out to many more basketball minds like you guys. And let me know in the comment section, what do you really think about Wembanyama? Do you think he's gonna become one of the top players in the NBA? And can he become an all-star in his first season? Hope you all have an amazing day. That's been all for your boy Mubsy Hoops. I'll catch y'all in the next one.